Hi, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And we are on the very last day of BOGO Day. And the BOGO for today was if you buy a Rose Touch, you get a free beautiful blend, which is an amazing blend. And you get a free lavender. Now, before I talk about the BOGO, well, I guess as part of talking about the BOGO, I just want to talk about perfection and imperfection. Okay, so doTERRA had this BOGO, and of course, if you're a company, you want to make sure that that you have enough supply to meet your customers' demands, right? You want happy customers. And that is so what doTERRA wants all of us. It's a very, very loving company. They want to give us what we want, right? Everyone who's kind-hearted wants to give us all what we want. Okay, so they had this incredible BOGO, right? So you buy the Rose Touch for $70, and you get this beautiful, but it's this beautiful, amazingly good smelling blend called Beautiful. And then you get a lavender, which has to be the #1 best-selling oil around the world. Like, lavender is because it's the best selling because it works for so many things. It's like the Swiss Army knife of oils. So people saw this BOGO and like they were jumping up and down. They're like, get on, let's buy it. And you could buy 3 per account. Okay, right? Now, remember what are we talking about today? We are talking about imperfection. So what happened? doTERRA thought they had enough BOGO to be able to help everyone get the BOGO they want, right? And there was an overwhelming response to this BOGO. And before noon, it was sold out. Now, do we love doTERRA for offering this BOGO? Absolutely. We absolutely do. Does doTERRA thinking about doTERRA, are they probably thinking, why couldn't we just plan differently, right? Why couldn't we thought, it's so funny, like it's honestly so funny, but doTERRA is like, okay, I think we have enough of the special that we're going to be running, and the response is always amazing, right? Anyway, so the response was just so amazing, and they ran out. Now, do we still love doTERRA? We do. We still love doTERRA. We still love their oils. So again, as I'm talking today, I'm going to be talking about imperfection. And the essential oils, and the music therapy, and the affirmation, like it's all going to come. But the overarching theme for today is being beautiful in imperfection. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the beautiful oil, which we can no longer get. It's usually offered just one time a year, which is probably why there was such an overwhelming response to. Okay, so the beautiful oil, it is made up of 4 different oils. The first one is lime, and I just want to tell you really quick about lime, okay? So lime, it's called the oil of zest for life, and it addresses the negative emotions that if you're apathetic, like I don't even care, I don't even want to try anymore, right? You're resigned, you're grieving, even if you've lost your will to life. Like I personally heard that lime is the #1 oil to clear the gloom away, to clear the darkness away. Like if you're majorly sad and you've really lost your will to live, then lime is the number one oil to be using in those cases. Okay? Discouragement, right? Are you getting what lime is for? And so it can help us become courageous and emotionally honest and engaged and revitalized and determined and grateful for life. Now, remember how I said that lime was the number one oil for when you're feeling dark and just down, right? Now, if you're feeling like you want to commit suicide, am I going to say, oh, take this lime, diffuse it, put it in your water, drink it? Would that be the only thing that I would suggest to you? Absolutely not. I am one of those people who uses every single tool in my tool belt or my tool case or whatever you want to say, right? If I have a major problem, I am not just going to come at it from one direction. Like, if there's a major problem that needs solving, I'm going to be coming at it through so many different directions, which is why I just love, I guess, doing the shout out with you, because we're talking about the essential oils. We're talking about the positive affirmations. We're talking about the music therapy, and oftentimes we talk about God too, right? So, anyway, so if you want to commit suicide, please call the suicide hotline, tell people that you know, and get help, because you are needed on the earth. Yes, I am talking to you. You are needed on this earth. I'm gonna cry over it. But anyway, you are needed. So we are not just gonna suffer. If we are drowning, we are going to not just drown in silence. We are going to tell people, because I know when you're dark and it's depressed, you're depressed and life just seems horrible, that you feel like no one cares, but believe me, we care. We care. Okay. You're going to get to another part where I'm going to tell you I care about you. Okay, but I do. So if you're feeling really bad, please tell someone, okay? And even if you're just feeling a little bit bad, like, tell someone, right? We're here for each other. Happiness connects us, and sadness can connect us. Okay? We're here for each other. Okay, so that's lime. And it was in this beautiful blend, right? It's zest for life, clear in the darkness. Can you see what? Okay, so the next oil that was in this blend is bergamot. Oh my gracious, I have talked about bergamot before. So, bergamot, the oil of self-acceptance. Can we just sit here for a minute? Self-acceptance. Like, remember how I talked about being beautiful in our imperfection, that we're going to be talking about imperfection? We do not need to be perfect to be of very high worth. We don't have to be perfect to be loved. We don't have to be perfect to be worth something, okay, or to be worth a lot. So I think bergamot, this oil of self-acceptance, right? What does bergamot do? Really quick. I'm not going to tell you everything that it does physically, because this is one that people really use emotionally, okay? So if you're despairing, if you have low self-esteem, if you have self-judgment, or feel unlovable, if you feel hopeless, it addresses, bergamot, it addresses those things, right? And it can help bring in more self-acceptance, being more optimistic, feeling more confident, being hopeful, lovable, and good enough, right? It can help bring in those things. So, zest for life and self-acceptance, the first two oils in beautiful blend. Then you have something called osmanthus, which is this amazing, super expensive oil. Think I don't know how many shout outs on frankincense I have done. There's a ton of shout outs on frankincense and information on the and studies around the world. Hey Caleb, I'm needing some water. I'm so sorry. Can you go get me one? Thanks. Anyway, there's tons of shout outs on frankincense. And so King of Oils, a protective oil. So an oil that obviously for some reason, and probably for a very, very good reason, was given to the Christ child. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh, right? So, frankincense, king of oils, it's good for so many different things. And so it's good. Thank you, hon. It's good if you're feeling abandoned or spiritually disconnected, unprotected, if you're having some spiritual darkness, or you feel like, oh my goodness, I just feel like there's so much spiritual warfare, fighting against me, or just like your life is in misalignment, okay? And it can help you feel empowered. It can help you feel loved and protected. And when you think of frankincense, I want you to think of a father oil, the protection and love that you feel from your Father, the protection and love that you feel from God. Okay, being more connected with that still small voice inside, that light of Christ in all of us that tells us what to do. Like our conscience, being more connected to our conscience, and being more spiritual, open, and also being more appreciative and connected with seeing the gifts that males have. Okay, so it's, oh my gracious. So you have the lime and the bergamot, two citrus oils uplifting. You have the osmanthus, the flower oil, relaxing, and then you have the frankincense, the spiritual connected oil that helps us to feel our inner voice, that connects us with God and just helps us feel protected. Okay, does that sound like an amazing blend to you? It is an amazing blend. That's why it sold out so fast. And I got some, but I didn't get all I wanted. Like, I wanted way more than I got. So I'm feeling, if you didn't hop onto this BOGO and get it in the early morning, can I just say, I feel your pain. Because I have pain too. But remember, what is the whole overarching theme of this? The whole overarching theme of this is that we can be beautiful in our imperfection. Okay? So I'm just going to tell you that at the end of this shout out, I'm going to give you a copycat recipe. Now, is a copycat recipe the same as the recipe? No, it's not. It's not. It'll be good, but it's not going to be perfect, right? It's going to be imperfect. It's going to be close, but it's going to be imperfect, and it's okay if we're only close to who we want to be, and if we are imperfect in so many different ways. So, what's the overarching theme? Beautiful in our imperfection, and going forward with what we can. Okay. So anyway, that was the beautiful blend. So what are they? But they sold out, and they replaced it with another blend, which is called a Bloom Touch. Okay. And the Bloom Touch, we've already talked, I'm sorry, not Bloom Touch, but Citrus Bloom Touch. Okay. And so what does Citrus Bloom Touch have in it? Is it as awesome as beautiful? Well, that's kind of like asking me, are you as awesome as your brother? Are you as awesome as your sister? Yeah, you are. You are as awesome as your brother or your sister or your friend down the street or the movie star on TV. You're as awesome as them. Are you different? You are different. Does the movie star or the friend down the street or your sister or your brother have gifts that you don't have? They do. And do you have Are you awesome in ways? And do you have gifts that they don't have? Uh-huh. Yeah, you do. So, do I think that Citrus Bloom is the touch, the roller ball, is that going to be just as amazing as beautiful? Yes, it is. It's just as amazing, only in different ways. So if there were certain ways that you wanted to use beautiful, like Citrus Bloom, I don't know that it's not going to be exactly it, but it's going to be amazing on its own. So I know we did a shout out on Citrus Bloom, I think just 2 days ago. I think it was Wednesday. Not 100% sure on that. Maybe it was yesterday. Anyway, but we did a shout out on Citrus Bloom. Go back and look at the shout out because I did in-depth shout out on each of the 5 oils on Citrus Bloom. But I'm just going to tell you them really, really shortly in a nutshell because that is the BOGO that you can still get. So, the oils in Citrus Bloom are Magnolia. And, okay, so you have 3 flower oil, well, let's start with the citrus oils. So you have grapefruit, which is the oil of loving your body and honoring your body. Okay? Amazing. And then you have, I have it right here. But my computer decided. Let me see if I can pull it up. So you have grapefruit, which is the oil of honoring your body. And you have, well, I'll go into some of the flower oils that you have. So you had 2 citrus oils, which is exactly what you have in Beautiful. In Beautiful, you have the lime and the bergamot. And in Citrus Bloom, you have the grapefruit and the last oil in it is escaping me right now. Just a minute. Because my computer is just pulling up a little slow. But I don't want to go on and talk about the flower oils until I talk about the citrus oil with you. It's going really slow. Okay, so anyway, maybe, oh my gracious, and it even shut down. And it's going to die. Caleb, give me my computer, please, my cord. Okay, so anyway, I will go on and talk about the flower oils. Well, I'm trying to pull up the other citrus oil, or remember the other citrus oil in Citrus Bloom. And if you have the Citrus Bloom at home, you know what? Someone hop on. Give me a help here. What's the other oil in the other flower oil in Citrus Bloom? I know that we have the, oh good, I get to hopefully click the restore button and hopefully it will come up. Citrus Bloom. Okay, so wild orange. Oh my gracious. Okay, so I'm going to compare these 2 oils for you. So in the Beautiful oil, you have the lime, right? Zest for life, clear in the darkness. And you have the bergamot, self-acceptance, right? And in the Citrus Bloom, you have the grapefruit oil, which is the oil of loving and honoring your body, just feeling good in your own skin. And then you have the wild orange essential oil, which is the oil that is kind of like the most antidepressive. Just a super uplifting oil. It's actually my husband's favorite scent. Really, really good. And then in the Beautiful, you had osmanthus, right? Is the flower that's going to calm. In the Citrus Bloom, you have the lavender, known for calming. Roman chamomile, like it's called the kid calmer. It's for those times of anger and rage. And you have the magnolia. And at the moment, it escapes me what magnolia is used for. So I'm hoping that they might have it in this book. And they do. The oil of compassion. Okay, so magnolia, it's used for when you're feeling lonely and disconnected and isolated. Maybe even when you're feeling unsympathetic, right? To help you feel more compassionate, more connected, interconnected. So, like, so you have one, and then you have the frankincense in the Beautiful blend, which you don't have in the Citrus Bloom. So, are they different? Yes. Are they both amazing? They are amazing. So, if you were hoping for the Beautiful, I would still go on and buy the BOGO. You still get the rose, you still get the lavender, and you still get the citrus bloom touch oil that is amazing. Okay, so now, and again, I'm going to tell you a copycat recipe at the very, very end of this. Okay, so now I'm going to be telling you about rose. Okay, and it's the Rose Touch. And so let me just tell you, you can buy just the touch means that you have some essential oils in fractionated coconut oil. And it makes it so it's less expensive to buy so that more people can kind of get their hands on the properties of this oil. And so basically, it takes 12,000 roses, right? It takes 12,000 roses to get enough essential oil to fill one 5 ml bottle of rose absolute, the rose oil that we have. And so when you're taking that many roses, it's going to be expensive. And the rose essential oil that we have, that doTERRA has, the pure 100% rose oil, it costs $275 for that small 5 ml bottle. And I think it's a deal. I do. I think it's a deal. Because rose is amazing. It's so immune boosting. It's so calming. It is so good for so many things. But doTERRA knows that not that many people can afford $275 right now. But they're giving us what they need. They're giving us one of the best immune boosting oils out there. One of the most common oils out there in this Rose Touch. So, I hopped on. Thankfully, I was able to buy, you could buy three per account of the BOGOs. And I bought 3 of the beautiful BOGOs before they sold out. And then I'm like, oh, okay, who doesn't want to buy, who isn't going to buy their 3? And so I did my research and contacting, and I found someone else who wasn't going to buy 3 of their BOGOs. And anyway, and so I'm like, can I use your 3? Do you mind? And they're like, no, go ahead. I'm not going to use it. And so I was able to buy 3 of the roses. So I got 6 of the Rose Touches. Okay, 6 of the Rose Touches. So happy about this. This is called Stock Up Time, like BOGO week. It comes out twice a year, and it's called Stock Up Time. Caleb, am I still good on my battery? Okay, cool. Anyway, so rose. Let me tell you about rose. So it's one of the most antiseptic oils too. If you fall and you get cut, or you scrape your leg, you can definitely kind of just roll that on. It's so good. Okay, so rose has this ability to adapt. It's a very, very adaptive substance. And so it's good for all skin types, whether you have old skin or young skin or oily or dry. Rose seems to be able to balance things out. And it's super amazing for mature skin. Anyway, and it's very, very good for scar tissue. So if you have some scar tissue that you're trying to soften up, this Rose Touch would be amazing to help put on. It's very good for facial redness. It's good for your brain. You know me. I was reading all the studies, and I came across this study that was saying how, I'm just going to tell you, go on to aromaticscience.com, and you can just see all the studies that have been done on rose, or if you prefer, go on PubMed.gov, I think. I don't know. If you just type in rose and PubMed, it's going to bring up all the studies that have been done, or a lot of the studies that have been done on the rose. Those are my 2 favorite sites. But rose is so good for your mind. It's so good to support good cognition, good memory, very, very good that way. Rose, as you would probably guess, is an aphrodisiac. I think that somehow, I think that all of society seems to know this, since roses are one of the favorite flowers that lovers love to give to the people that they love, right? Why? Because it makes people feel loved and loving. Okay, And we've already talked about the immune boosting properties of it. So remember how I said that rose kind of has the ability to get the job done no matter what you want the job, whatever the job is. So when it came to our face, right? So it also is that way with our emotional states. So it can get the job done and help with your different emotional states. So if you're anxious, if you have anxious feelings, if you are very, very sad and going through a time of you're just like, times when you're panicking, rose. And if you have low self-esteem, rose can be very, very good. Just reassuring you, hey, hun, you're okay. You're okay. In fact, you're better okay. You're good. You're good. Okay. And it can be very, very useful in times of substantial transitions. Well, again, remember how much I told you that how doTERRA just tries to love on people and give them exactly what they need. I'm just thinking that right now a lot of us are going through times of substantial transition, right? Like we are, and whether you have your job or whether you've lost your job, whether your income's been cut back, whether you are kind of sheltering in place with all the people that you love, or whether you are sheltering by yourself and feeling very isolated, or whether you're fearful with what's going on in the world. Like, Rose can help us work through the emotions that we naturally get being human, going through life. So, do I think that rose is exactly what we need right now? Yes. That's why I ordered 6, right? I don't want to run out of rose. Okay, so you still get the rose on your BOGO. So if you're still feeling bad about missing the beautiful oil, I get it. But this BOGO with the citrus bloom is still really, really good. Okay, now the other oil that you get, because you buy one rose oil and you get the citrus bloom touch and you get the lavender, right? The number one most world-renowned oils around the world, known for its ability to calm. Okay? So, this is when it's not in a touch. The rose is in a touch. The citrus bloom is in a touch, but the lavender is when it's not. Which when the oil is in a touch, it's great because you can just get it and you can just instantly roll it on. It's amazing. You can just have it at your fingertips. But there's also advantages for it not being in a touch, just because you can then pop it into your diffuser and diffuse it. You can put it in like lemonade and you get lavender lemonade, or make chocolate cupcakes with lavender frosting. You can do so much with lavender. Okay, so let me tell you some of the physical benefits of lavender. So it's very calming and it's soothing on many systems in our body. Not just our emotional system, which we're going to address in a minute, but I want you to think about the other systems in your body. It improves mood, it relieves stress. It's great. Everyone knows that lavender is amazing for when you can't sleep. You can diffuse it. You can put it in like a spray bottle and just spray a little bit onto your bed linens or your curtains and just have that kind of be a natural diffuser. You can put it on your heart area or on your feet. If you're putting it on your feet for sleep, I would definitely be putting it on my toes because I don't know if you know about reflexology. You probably do, and you're probably a bigger expert in that than I am. But I'm learning on reflexology. And so basically if this is my foot and these were like my little toes, then my toes would be like where it connects to my brain. And then it kind of moves down your body on your foot. and you can look at reflexology charts, all over the internet. But if I can sleep, I would definitely be putting it on my toes, especially my big toe. Okay, so it's actually great to help with stabilizing blood sugar. Who knew that? And for that, you'd want to apply it to your neck and chest or diffuse it. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. So this would be an actually really good oil to, just pop a couple drops. Caleb, can you give me the lavender oil, please? So you can put a couple drops of the lavender oil into water, into lemonade, into whatever you're drinking, just to bring a little bit of a different flavor. Or you can, to help you digest things better. It is very good for your cardiovascular system, and it can help stabilize. Thanks, hon. I appreciate it. Okay, so lavender. You can see how much. I don't know if you can see that, but like our bottle of lavender that we have right here in our front room is, I would say, like 90% gone. So this is. But I'm not afraid, because why? Because I don't want to run out of lavender, so I make sure I have enough lavender, okay? Right? But I just want to show you something on lavender, and that is this supplement facts. So I'm telling you that you can put this in your water or your food. Now, if it's not a bottle of doTERRA's water, lavender, please don't do that. Please don't do that, because I don't know the purity of the essential oil, the other brands of essential oil, but I can tell you the purity of doTERRA's essential oil. And why? Because they third-party test every single batch of oil, and they put the batch number of every single batch on the bottom of the box. On the bottom of your oil, right? And so you can go to a site called Source to You. Type in your batch of oils. You can see every single test that's been run on your batch of oils, and the results, right? So doTERRA guarantees it's nothing but lavender oil in this bottle. Okay, so that's why I can say, yeah, you can ingest that. So it will have the supplement facts on the bottle, just like your cereal bottle has, but it will also say that for internal use, okay, on this bottle. So that's lavender. Smells so good. Almost time to bring another one down from our stash. Anyway, lavender. It's well known for how beautiful it is on your skin. If you have problems that you're dealing with, if you want your skin to be more clear, a better complexion, it can help with that. If you get burned, or if you have a scrape or a cut, it's amazing at helping with that. Basically, if you can name it a skin issue, it's going to, I'm just going to say, if I had a skin issue and I don't even care what it was, I would be using lavender on it. Maybe some other things too, like lavender might be not the thing that kicks out every single thing, but it's definitely one of the oils that I would try first. It's great for your hair. Okay, and you can put a couple drops into your shampoo, or better yet, into your conditioner. Oh my goodness, this is going to take your shower experience more into a spa experience anytime you want. And this little bottle of oil, which is usually $20, and you get free with a BOGO today, it has 250 drops. So you basically have 250 drops in a 15 ml bottle. So if I put one drop of oil into my conditioner every day, that's gonna last like a whole long time. And it's super good for just for your hair. A lot of people, here's a tip. A lot of people like to put one drop of rosemary oil and one drop of lavender oil into their mascara, and to help their lashes be more lush. I just heard about this tip, so I am trying it. I will tell you in like 2 months. I'm going to give it like a 2-month run. And so I'll tell you in like 2 months on and how it works for me. Because our bodies are different, right? What works for you may not work for me, right? And vice versa. So it can also be, lavender can be also very good for babies who have thrush or for a diaper rash. Again, anything skin. And for people who have, who like in the springtime with all the pollen in the air, just have issues with that. Lavender and like 2 drops lavender, 2 drops lemon, 2 drops peppermint into your water, like small little glass, put a little bit of water with it and just drink it down. I used to suffer with allergies. Oh my gracious, I used to suffer with allergies. To the point where I almost always had something around to like blow my nose or, you know, catch the drips. But that's not me anymore. I love how our bodies can change and how our bodies, when we give our bodies what they need, our bodies have the intelligence to heal. Like if I broke a glass, that glass doesn't have the ability to heal, or a broken bowl or a broken record or whatever, right? But we're living things. And God put into living things the ability to heal. When we give our bodies what we need, we have the ability to heal. Okay, so can't leave without doing a shout out on lavender's emotional benefits. So if you've had a stressful day, if you're trying to study, it can calm and focus the mind, especially if you're fearful about learning things. Okay, of course, if you're doing like an all-nighter, I would not suggest putting on lavender because that would probably put you to sleep. But other than that, like if you have normal energy, go ahead, put the lavender on. Lavender is great to work with if you've suffered with trauma or abuse. And when it comes to love, it's not like the aphrodisiac like the rose is, okay? But lavender works with love in a different way. So lavender helps you calm down and see, you know what? I really am loved. I really am loved. Like, my relationship might not be perfect, and my spouse might not be doing things or meeting my needs in a perfect way, right? But I'm loved. And really, who can meet your needs in a perfect way? Who can meet my needs in a perfect way? I couldn't meet your needs in a perfect way. No one can. We're human. We're human. Hopefully we'll get better at that as time goes on. But right now, we're humans, beings having a human experience. So I really, really love the saying, and I think it was by Elder Holland, and he said there was only one perfect person on earth, and that was Christ. And other than that, we're all imperfect, and God deals with it. And so should we, right? We should deal with people's humanness and imperfections, right? What's the overarching theme of this whole talk today? Being beautifully imperfect and being okay with that. Okay, so it helps to, it's an abundance oil because it can help us just calm down and realize that we are loved and we are valuable. And so, yeah, we can go out and get a better job. Or, yeah, we can go out and see the opportunities and start working them. And, yeah, you know what? It's even okay to fail. And it's even okay to fail like not Einstein, but Thomas Edison did, like, I don't know, 875 times or whatever, however many times he failed doing the light bulb. Caleb, do you know? Oh, okay. Caleb's like the trivia guru in our house. Anyway, so it can, as we calm down and we say, you know what, it's okay to try. It's okay if I'm not perfect at it. We can bring more abundance into our lives. It's great to feel when you're feeling fearful. Great to feel. It's great to diffuse or to put on when you're feeling fearful. And I guess one of the greatest emotional gifts of lavender is just us feeling like we have unconditional support of ourselves, to ourselves, from those around us, from God, that we really, really are loved and supported. So you have the lavender in today's BOGO. You have the rose in today's BOGO. We've talked about the beautiful citrus bloom. Is it different from beautiful? Yes, it's different. It's different, and it's good in its own right. And but now I promised you this whole time that I would give you a copycat recipe, right? And get your notebooks out, because now I'm giving you the copycat recipe, and I will put it in the comments too. And I did not find this. I did not create this recipe on my own. You know, I was just lucky enough, I guess, to find it on the internet this morning, before this all before the beautiful sold out. So I'm thankful that I was able to find it this morning. And so here is your copycat recipe. So remember, what are the 4 oils in? We know the 4 oils in the beautiful oil. You have the lime. So in your copycat recipe, you're going to have 4 drops of lime. And then you know that you're going to have the bergamot, right? Self-acceptance. And so you're going to have 3 drops of the bergamot. And then you know that you're going to have, you have the osmanthus, and I've already told us, bergamot doesn't sell osmanthus. We can't buy it from doTERRA, but we do have blends that have it in it. And the elevation blend, which is well, it does exactly what it says. It's a very elevating, uplifting blend. It has osmanthus in it. And so it's 2 drops of the elevation blend. And I hope I'm saying that right. Elevation. Anyway, I'll put it in the recipe if I'm saying it wrong. And somehow it just sounds wrong, but maybe not. Anyway, and then the last one, we know we have frankincense in it, so we're going to put 1 drop of frankincense. Now, my little copycat recipe, whoever created this little copycat recipe, is it going to be exactly the same? Is it going to smell exactly the same as doTERRA's Beautiful? No, like I told you, it's not. It's going to be, if you had to compare them side to side, this copycat recipe would not smell like doTERRA's Beautiful. But you know what? It's still beautiful in its imperfection. And so I will not call this the beautiful blend. I will call this the imperfectly beautiful blend, or the beautiful in your imperfection blend. Okay? And I think it's a very good blend to have, because it reminds us that we don't have to be beautiful we don't have to be perfect to be beautiful. And if we have unfortunately missed one opportunity in life, and I'm just saying, I'm just going to say this. If you've never missed an opportunity in your life, can you please raise your hand and maybe even tag yourself in this video? All missed opportunities. So we can either sit there and we can feel sad or gloomy or down or blaming or whatever, and sometimes we have to go through those emotions, like I get it. Or we can say, you know what, I still have things in my life that are good, and I'm going to create the opportunities, right? If life was giving me an opportunity and I missed it, it's okay. I can create my own opportunity. It may not be as perfect as that, but it will be good. And it will have gifts that are different, that are equally as valuable. Okay? Okay, so that's your copycat recipe. Let me just repeat that again, just in case you missed it. So it's 4 drops of lime, 3 drops of bergamot, 2 drops of elevation, and that one doesn't sound right to me, so I'll put it in the comments. And 1 drop of frankincense, and then you put it in a 10 ml roller bottle, fill up the thing, make a cute little label with your Avery templates and stuff like that. We all like making beautiful things, and call it Imperfectly Beautiful, because you, hun, you dear, you beautiful honey child, you are beautiful in all of your imperfection, and I am here to tell you that. And if God was here, I just really think that that's what he'd be telling you too. You are beautiful in all of your imperfection. The scriptures tell us that we were beautifully and awesomely made, or something. I don't know. If you can find that scripture, put it in. If you can't find it, I'll try to find it and put it in. But just telling us, we have an opportunity right now to buy the BOGO if we want. to buy the $70 Rose Touch and get the citrus bloom for free and get the lavender for free. It's an amazing BOGO. Like I said, I hopped on and bought 3. So don't let it pass you by if you want to get it. Okay, because BOGOs don't last forever, and at the end of the day, or whenever it runs out, that opportunity will be gone. And can we create other opportunities for ourselves? Yes, but you know what? If we want an opportunity that life presents to us, let's grab it with both hands. Okay. Oh, and I do have a affirmation, and I have a song for this BOGO deal in this day. So the affirmation is, I am good, and I can radiate my divine light in a world in need of what I have to share. And you know what? I should have probably put something on being imperfect. So this is what I'm going to say. Even though I am imperfect, I am good. And I can radiate my divine light, because I do believe that we're all children of God. I can radiate my divine light to the world who needs what I have to share. The world needs what you have to share. Get out, shine your light, and forget about your imperfections. If we all waited for our imperfections to be perfect, we would never do anything. Okay, so this is Susanna Williams with Essential Oils and Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, reminding us all that with God, we can make every day a great day, even though it's not perfect. Bye-bye.